All right, let's dive into something every Canadian needs to know: the Canadian Trinity. This is your guide to building wealth tax-free. You know that feeling, right? You work hard, you put money aside, and then, poof, a chunk of it just vanishes into taxes. It is so frustrating. Well, what if there was a playbook? A set of rules created by the government that actually lets you protect your money and watch it grow way faster. This isn't about tax evasion, it's about tax efficiency. It's about playing the game smart. So, let's meet your savings champions. In the world of Canadian finance, we call them the Trinity. These are the three accounts that can totally change your financial game and form the foundation of a seriously solid plan. First up, we've got the TFSA, the tax-free savings account. Seriously, think of this thing as the Swiss Army knife of your finances. It's not just a savings account. It's more like a tax-free bubble you can put your investments in. Your money goes in after you've paid tax on it, but from that point on, all the growth, every bit of interest, every dividend, every capital gain is 100% yours. Tax-free. Forever. So for 2026, that annual contribution limit is $7,000. But here's the best part. If you don't use it, you don't lose it. All that unused contribution room just keeps carrying forward, year after year. So if you've never opened one, you could be sitting on a huge pile of contribution room right now. And that brings us to the TFSA's real superpower: total flexibility. Need money for a down payment, a dream vacation, a sudden emergency? No problem. You can pull your money out anytime you want with zero tax penalty. It's perfect for pretty much any goal you can think of, short-term or long-term. Okay, next up is the old guard, the veteran of the group, the RRSP, or Registered Retirement Savings Plan. This account is all about doing a huge favor for your future self. The strategy here is what we call tax deferral. Basically, you get your tax break now. And the contribution limit here is pretty generous. For 2026, the maximum is $33,810, or it's 18% of the income you earned the year before, whichever is lower. That's a big chunk of money you can shield from tax each year. So what's the RRSP's superpower? It's that upfront tax deduction. Every single dollar you put into your RSSP reduces your taxable income for that year. This is huge, especially if you're a high-income earner. You could literally drop yourself into a lower tax bracket and get a massive tax refund come springtime. And now for the new kid on the block, the rookie of the year, the FHSA, the First Home Savings Account. And let me tell you, this thing is an absolute monster. People are calling it the super account because it takes the absolute best parts of the RRSP and the TFSA and smashes them together. The FHSA is pretty straightforward. You can put in up to $8,000 a year, and there's a lifetime limit of $40,000. Simple, clean, and incredibly powerful. Okay, you ready for this? The FHSA superpower is the double tax advantage. It's kind of nuts. So just like an RRSP, your contributions are tax deductible. Bam, instant tax break. But then, and this is the crazy part, just like a TFSA, when you take the money out to buy your first home, it's completely tax-free. You get the best of both worlds. If you ever plan on buying a home, this is account number one. No question. All right, you've met the champions. Now it's time for the main event, the ultimate showdown. Let's put them side by side so you can see exactly how the rulebook works for each one. This table right here is your cheat sheet. It lays everything out perfectly. So look at contributions. The RSSP and FHSA both give you that sweet tax deduction right away. Now look at growth. The TFSA and FHSA are both tax-free. The RSSP is tax-deferred, which just means you pay tax later. And then the withdrawal. TFSA is always tax-free. The RSSP gets taxed as income, and the FHSA, it's tax-free, but only for that home purchase. See? Each one has its own specific job. Okay, so knowing the rules is one thing, but winning the game, that takes a strategy. So let's talk about the game plan. How you combine these champions to get that ultimate win. It's actually a really simple three-step decision process. First, just ask yourself, am I a first-time homebuyer? If the answer is yes, stop what you're doing and prioritize the FHSA. Period. Step 2, what's your income? If you're earning a lot, that RRSP tax deduction is incredibly valuable. If your income is lower, the TFSA might actually be a better move. And finally, step 3, what's the goal? Match the account to the job. It's that simple.
But here's the real pro move. For those who can swing it, it's not about choosing one over the other. The ultimate power move is to stack all three. This is how you create a financial plan with zero leaks, where every dollar you save is working as hard as it possibly can.
Let's make this real. Let's look at Sarah. She's 31 and she makes $90,000 a year. She's smart. She maxes out her FHSA with $8,000 for a future home, and then she puts another $10,000 into her RRSP for retirement. Now, because both of those contributions are tax deductible, come tax season, Sarah gets a check back from the government for $7,641. That is real cash back in her pocket, just for being smart with her savings. And this is where the magic really happens. Look at this. Sarah invested $18,000 towards her future, but when you subtract that massive tax refund, her actual out-of-pocket cost was just $10,359. She basically got a 42% discount on her own savings. It's incredible.
And this power gets even bigger when you work as a team. Imagine a couple. They can each max out their HSSAs. Then they can both use the RRSP's home buyer's plan, which lets you borrow from your own retirement savings tax-free for a down payment. You add all that up, and they could pull together a $200,000 down payment, all from these tax-advantaged accounts. That's a game changer.
So we've laid out the entire playbook, all the power moves. There's really only one question left to ask. What is your next move going to be? What's that first step you're going to take? But before you go, please listen to this. There is one critical mistake you have to avoid at all costs, and that is delaying your FHSA. Unlike the other accounts, your FHSA contribution room does not exist until you open the account. So every single year you wait, that's $8,000 of contribution room and the tax deduction that goes with it, just gone forever. So there you have it. You have the playbook for Canada's financial trinity. You know the rules, you know the players, you know the strategies. The only thing left to decide is, what's your first winning move? Thanks for tuning in.